I just had the idea of talking about the need for more people to speak out and actually take action against things. It seems like just too common to be the typical ignoramus, like just comfortable enough at work. I understand people have families and things, and that's cool. But I mean, being a parent, the type of person that has kids, trying to raise a better world, I see way too many people that are just calm and complacent, don't want to stir the pot too much, don't want to get anyone upset at all.
Well, and I think it comes down to people need to ask the question of where is your line? Where are you going to say no? Because I already know people that this whole time they've been like, no, I'm not going to get the vaccine. I'm not going to do this. I'm going to stand up against it. And then as soon as their fucking job gets threatened, they're like, oh, well, I got to make money. I got to take care of my family. Number one, there are other ways to take care of your fucking family than going to a job. I guarantee you that if you were to quit that fucking job and tell them to pound sand, that you could find another opportunity if you really tried. It's just not comfortable to do that. We are getting into very uncomfortable times.
Yeah, most certainly. Yeah, and Mr. D, the doctor himself, has joined us.
Hello, sir. You are back.
Yeah. We were just talking about the kind of complacency and the need to take more action and speak out, and how so many people are just comfortable enough where it needs to be like the pain of inaction needs to hit that tipping point where it's like people are just comfortable enough. We're paying a quarter to a third of our paychecks in taxes. Most people, many people living paycheck to paycheck. That's a whole other story. But
side note on that. There's not just your paycheck taxes, but taxes everywhere. Taxes on the goods you buy, taxes that have been taxed on that.
Yeah, and it's become a comfortable complacency where it's like, we're just kept fat and happy enough where it doesn't matter. And people that are parents, I feel like, should be much more vocal and like, hats off to everyone that has, but I mean, there needs to be more speaking out. I've been looking at all these videos from all over the world, and you see what happens when there's not enough resistance early enough.
Right, I think early enough is the key. It's because then it turns from a moderate amount of pushback and resistance, and just through natural resistance, you can stop things before they happen. But once it's happened, then you cross over into a whole new threshold, right?
Exactly. Yeah, we want to stop it.
It literally becomes life and death, and that's what I think a lot of people in our position now are trying to say, hey, everybody, look, we're close to this threshold, and fucking nobody wants to go past it. And it seems that people think, that it's either real far off or things aren't that bad. And, here's the thing, most of Germany didn't realize it was getting bad until it was like, oh shit,
100%.
Yeah. Well, it's at that point, like, we want to avoid the physical conflict, like, by all means, let the pen be mightier than the sword, right? Like,
yeah, for sure.
I mean, like, if these ideas, like, this can be changed in the mind. I mean, that's, mentalism is principle. We need to drop the beliefs in authority and everything we've been hitting on, all the BS from the news and the school programming, the Sunday school silliness, and everything being the Roman construct. But it's obvious that we're living out these agendas that have been planned, and people don't want to stir any pot of it. And it's like, would you rather like spend a little bit of energy like speaking out now, or do you want to be out on the streets and playing cowboys and Indians out there?
Right.
Yeah, and I mean, I think even a lot of the people that think that they want that really have no clue.
Oh yeah, the zombie apocalypse, and it's like, are you sure? Like that would still kind of suck. It'd be like fun for a week, then you'd be like, fuck.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that would be like a lot of death would happen. A lot of people I don't think would want that to happen when they see it.
Man, here's the thing. It's like the whole, once again, it's both sides of this. You know, you got ultra libs on one side, and then you've got these alt right, like this craziness on the other side.
Trumpians.
That it's like, man, we're ready for it. Like, dude, when was the last time you even ran like 500 feet? You know what I mean? Like you have no clue what to do when there's not enough fucking toilet paper in your local King Supers.
Yeah, what you gonna do when the grid goes down, right?
Seriously, man, what are you gonna do when the streets are occupied with soldiers and they're really coming into your house and taking shit? What the fuck are you gonna do? You're gonna do nothing. Is the answer to that question. You're gonna act like a fucking bitch.
Well, it's getting to the point where they're gonna make you happy sitting in your little pod all day. Even Facebook, Zuckerberg's talking about like just these VR reality lands and
right.
Yeah, being able to speak with people like as if you're in person and things. It's obvious we're going to Demolition Man too, all the programming and all these dystopians that even came from the 80s and earlier. But
yeah, crazy. I mean, there is still a practical piece of it, though, people are going to have to interact with. And I think that's one of the places where it's going to come to be very difficult, is people that can't. Tons of people in this, whole pandemic, scamdemic, plandemic, whatever you want to call it, basically showed, the numbers on people that are able to stay home and continue to do their type of work or whatever it is. You know what I mean? It's probably the majority of people were home, but as one of the people that wasn't, like, there are still quite a few people that were out there the entire time interacting with everything. And, it's going to start to, that's when it's going to start to get strange, because, like, I mean, I can't fucking work from home. Not with what I do.
Yeah, it gets it gets old. It has its pros and cons. They were talking about a work from home tax. Even I remember that. That was like, how much of a scam? How much of a just an obvious ripoff is all this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's really at like a crossroads choice because it's at the point where all the information is out there. Like we know these are all frauds and tyrants and liars. And it's like, we have an opportunity to make it better if people are willing to do something about it. I mean, we could have a much better, upgraded, greater reset if enough people are privy to this.
Right. Positive direction. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, we can. I mean, it's not if we stop obeying it. But there's really people that, they're invested in it. I mean, and it's hard to admit, like, it's that whole like easier to fool someone than convince them they were fooled. Right. When they're really invested in the story and the dogma, then it becomes much more difficult to unprogram.
Oh yeah. It's really not very difficult to fool people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if it's on the TV, the nightly news, then
not even relatively. Like it's just not that difficult to, But it really does show how much more. I don't know. It's craziness.
Yeah, I mean, humans are malleable, easily manipulated. Using certain phrasing, certain tonalities. Did we lose Mr. Matt here?
No, I'm here.
with us, man? Like, if,
I'm here.
yeah,
I'm
it
just
was
trying to
good.
mess with these settings because it's not working the way I wanted to.
yeah, I was like, the video's going crazy. I feel like for some reason I'm like shifting more towards the right side of the stage left of my camera, and
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Yeah.
I'm like fucking Ricky Bobby over here, like.
Ricky Bob. But yeah, even if it's just the most basic things, like you can tell, like if anyone's doing anything about this sort of thing. It's like they'll talk about it in the regular setting, they'll post on it. You know, it's like if you're not doing like basic things to point out the truth, it's like, what are you really doing? Why are you putting face diapers on your kids when you know they have no part of this, nothing to do with it?
Man, I'm telling you, things are strange now to the point where I'll see people out, that have kids that are 6, 7 years old, 5 to 7, that are voluntarily apparently wearing a mask because no one else in their family is. Kids younger, the parents aren't, but the kids got a mask. It's just so fucking weird, man. It's just
They're
such a
terrifying the children.
Yeah, I mean, it's really that easy. I mean, yeah, Ignatius of Loyola, the founder of the Jesuits, even talks about getting the children young. Give me a child till he's 7, and I'll have that man. And yeah, they're really into a lot of sick shit. Top. But yeah, that's why they want to get them young, though. I mean, talking about school, younger and younger, like forcing masks on preschoolers, like
it's
just sick.
It's all crazy. Firing healthcare workers in the midst of what you're going to call a pandemic because they're not going to get a fucking untested vaccination that the inventor of basically resigned, saying that no one should take this vaccine. Like, this is,
There's a Dr. Robert Malone is saying like all kinds of things. Kinds of things. Like, why do you not need it? Everyone's seeing. Have you seen these Project Veritas videos with like the underground people catching these guys? Like scientists at Pfizer saying natural antibodies are better.
The dude with the fucking drone. I think we should just blow dart people from drones. Like, what in the fuck is that?
Oh yeah,
Like,
that's fucked up, dude.
You with some fucking testosterone. Get your fucking balls flowing again, bud. Like, would you be opposed to that? Like, it's just insanity. It's fucking insanity. I think that
my wife got her final
Stockholm syndrome effect going on. Like,
my wife got her official.
Now Big Pharma is fucking great. Like, they got your nephew hooked on fucking Vicodin and OxyContin, but they're cool now. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Right.
It's funny, the same people in like the same breath will complain that like insulin pricing is messed up. It's like, dude, are you with them or are you mad?
Yeah, this is the biggest crony capitalist scam ever. They should be upset, but hey, they're giving it to us free. They care about us. They're giving us donuts. Yeah, what were you saying, Matt? Yeah.
No, she got her official termination letter, and her, the head manager, boss, individual called and said, like, well, we hate to lose you. If this mandate goes away, we'll hire you back and we'll give you a reference, but the mandate. Just like, man, it's gonna take employers to not just say like, no, I'm not gonna fucking do this.
Right. Well, it was the same thing like when businesses were shut down initially, and almost everyone just rolled over and took it, and there were a few outliers that were like, no, and then they pushed back enough, and got it flipped, and it'll change, and people will eventually get sick of it again, I think, but it's just like, man, how much bullshit are you gonna take? I met this nice couple who they're gonna come watch our dog when we're out of town, and because we got an old ass dog, we can't board it. So they're like through this app, but they're fucking standing there in my house, like wearing masks, and just chatting about how, like, they've got an infant and blah, blah, blah. And it's, a pandemic baby. And I'm like, yeah, it's crazy to have everything shut down. And she goes, yeah, it's, it was all good. And then all of a sudden this Delta variant. And then I'm like, nope, you can't go out anywhere anymore. I'm just like, my God, like, you're going to live probably like through this.
Yeah, Delta, because you got to be asleep to believe it. That's when your brain is moving the slowest in the Delta wave.
Right.
It actually is called the wave, too.
That's some fucking Delta waves, dude.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I mean, yeah, this Fraudsy guy, I wish he would go away, too. I just saw some stupid interview of him, like, talking about, like, yeah, there's no significance in the antibodies, basically, but get your booster was kind of the long and short of it.
Get your booster.
What do you mean you don't trust Dr. Fraudsy?
I know I told you 2 shots, but now you need 3 and you need 9.
Hail Fauci.
3 shots.
It's 33.
Yeah. Need 33, 201 shots. That meme with the Bible verse, like, how many times shall I get vaccinated, Lord? I tell you, not 77 times, but 70 times 7.
70 times 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I just can't handle it anymore. It just, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, COVID's fatigue for sure, but it's obvious priming for, I mean, it's all the Agenda 21. They really wanted to do the climate lockdown sort of thing. And that's probably
it's
still
coming
on the books. But yeah, this helps initiate it. I mean, they want to reduce carbon. We were getting into that last time, like 0 carbon emissions by 2050, which is just being, we're the carbon they want to reduce ultimately.
Well, yeah, that's what the World Economic Forum and Klaus Schwab's talking about. Was we now see that COVID-19 has given us the ability to accelerate our plans. I think Trudeau from Canada said it as well.
Yeah, Greta's work.
Blah blah blah.
Yeah. Oh my God. Spare yourself and don't watch that.
It's terrible.
She was. What do we want? Climate justice. It's climate justice now. And
I mean, personally, I prefer the fuck Joe Biden chants.
Oh man, some mainstream news outlet was saying like that they were chanting something totally different. It was like
it was NASCAR. She was saying like "Let's go Brandon," but they were clearly saying "fuck Joe Biden."
Let's go Brandon. Yeah, it was something like that. Yeah, I knew I saw that. Yeah, she was like, listen to them saying "Let's go Brandon," but it's "fuck Joe Biden." That's a funny thing. I think they called that white supremacy or something as well.
I'm sure they did.
Yeah,
they just called it everything. That it's the same story.
Yeah, I mean, some people are really in on the agenda, so it's like you didn't see the sorts of things. Like now, there's a fat phobia, or like the disabled phobia, whatever. Oh, it's just so hilarious now. Like, yeah, there's no vaccine for fatness or something. Yeah, did you guys see that dumb shit tweet I sent you? Oh my God.
There's no vaccine for fatness.
Yeah. She was like, it's nothing we choose. We don't choose to be fat.
Jesus.
We can identify as skinny. And it's
I'm about fucking this close to identifying as a world leader and just fucking taking it over. Like, what are you gonna do? You can't. It'll be like such a fucking paradox for the mainstream fucking media machine, dude. I'm just gonna go identify as the president. until I'm sitting in the fucking Oval Office. Like, what are you gonna do? You can't tell me no. I'll be like, Biden, you're some type of ist. You know, you're a xenophobe. You're a fucking cunt, dude. Like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna deny me that I fucking believe what I am? You know what I mean?
At this point, Biden's almost untouchable because he has, like, the whole mainstream media has his back.
I'm telling you, we should just identify as like world leaders. Like, they can't take it from you at this point. You can identify as like a different race if you feel like it. You can identify as a different age, I think, in California. There's a guy that was at least trying. He was making the case that like anything else is possible. Like, okay, well, you know, now I'm 24 again, and I identify as the leader of the fucking so-called free world. So,
Well, at least get yourself like some benefits with it. You know, either senior benefits or if I was 18, I'd identify as 21 so I could drink. Or get,
what are you gonna do?
get
At what
that.
point?
I identify as a senior citizen. Where's my social security check?
Yeah.
You know, the best one that I saw recently was like, you know, all these people that are pushing so hard for things to be non-binary. It was like, okay, well, if that's the case, then you've created a category of people that's non-binary along with a category of people that's binary, which basically puts you all back into a binary category.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle just got into. Yeah, Dave Chappelle got burned by his own just the other day here. Actually, did you guys see that story? He was like, "I'm sorry, but there's two genders." Like, he said some shit like, "You don't have a real pussy. You might have that beyond pussy or that impossible pussy, but you don't have the real thing. You know when you taste it and something's just a little off."
You might have that. I can't believe it's not pussy.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and yeah, they roasted and called it full of transphobia. He's got a pretty good rating from it from like the regular viewers, but all of the expert critics say it was filled with the transphobia.
The fucking cockpert critics, dude. The best is when they like the same people that will cancel other people get fucking canceled for shit. I'm just like, dude, let it roll. Like,
let it roll.
J.K. Rowling had a point too. Like, she's radical feminist too, and I mean, yeah, they're turning on each other. She was saying that, like, taking away genders.
And there's gonna be all these people that are sitting back like, we never gave a shit in the first place. Like, you can fight this out amongst yourselves now for the next fucking 3 years. Like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, they
seem
they juggle agendas on the left for sure. I mean, they forget about all the African Americans when it's anything vaccine or mandate related. Better get your shots.
Get your shots.
Shots.
They preach all that shit. Meanwhile, fucking the minority population of this country is like the most under-vaccinated.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? But it's always been that way. It's always been that way with those the left. You know what I mean? We're the friend of the minority. We're the friend of the little guy, the working class. These people, like, no, dude. They bend you over first. Like, I don't even know what part of that you've just missed, but you know, they're not even doing it. You're like, your life sucks, dude. I don't know why. It's because they're fucking taxing the hell out of you. They're taking everything from you, giving it to all the people that you fucking claim to hate. It's just insanity, and it's right in front of your face. You know, again, though, you know, it's hard to convince somebody that they've been fucking lied to than it is to lie to them. So
yeah, it was a joke for BLM to support Kamala until Sleepy Joe. Most definitely.
That's what I'm saying.
His crime bill putting in
bill and the fucking one lady locked up more minorities than fucking the crime bill did.
Yeah, exactly. I think they came wise to it though, because some of their recent talk has been pointing that out. And Biden's militarize the police more than past few presidents.
Of course,
I mean, you have gates around the fucking White House now.
Yeah, man. Because it's about control. It's about a fucking. It's about a monarchy that they're trying to build. It's about a fucking. It's martial law that they want. Like, dude, that shit's crazy. Like, you're gonna just really turn the military loose on fucking the U.S. citizens? Like, dude, this is the fastest way to start a fucking civil war and destroy your own country. Like, it just, then what?
Do you really think?
China come fucking backdoor everybody? Like, is that the end game plan here? I mean,
I don't know.
Really?
Do you really think that that they'll try and push that? Because I mean, my whole thing is like, I don't think they're even going to need the forceful military takeover kind of thing, because we've seen over the past 18, 20 months or whatever that people just say okay, and then they will self-censor and then try and censor their neighbors. So I don't even know if the military is necessary.
But it's always going to be that next step. You know what I mean? And I don't think that necessary defines their path of action anyways.
Yeah. Orwell said that, when the fraud runs out, then you use the force.
Right.
So,
and it eventually will, at least to a tipping point where there's so much troublemaker mentality floating around in it, that it's like, okay, now we got to drop the fucking hammer. Now we got to get a show of force out there. And that's when you weed out, another 70% of those resistance will just flip over right then and there, and then it whittles it down to like you're real. And I think this is what we were talking about a little earlier, where this is where we're all afraid that it's going, is that it's going to be like, okay, all of a sudden now there's like small factions of people that have to operate off the grid, and especially when they're talking to each other in order to even fucking survive outside of this crazy, regime that's taken over. And it just, that's what we want to avoid. We want to still fucking have I want my neighbor to have a different opinion than me. That's fine. I don't want to be fucking forced into this, like, this zombie mode where I just have to regurgitate what's told. Otherwise,
groupthink, collectivism. I mean, you have to give up your individual rights, is what Frotzy was saying. Like, sometimes you have to give up your individual rights for the greater good of society.
Yeah, fuck you, dude. The greatest good there is individual rights.
Yeah, is freedom.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because a life. That's why, it sounds like a harsh statement, but freedom is actually more important than like this material life, because like a life of enslavement just isn't even worth the time.
And let's stop for a second, because what we're actually talking about is, individual freedoms being more important than a fucking flu that's 99.98% fucking survivable.
Yeah.
That's what we're arguing here. That individual freedom is more important than fucking somebody getting the flu shot. And it just is,
Individual freedom is always, or should always, be at the top.
Yeah, regardless. And I'm saying that, this issue that they're even pitting it up against is such a fucking pissant type issue. It's such a minor issue,
Yeah, and they've blown it up. Anytime, like, God, I turned on my TV the other day, and MSNBC happened to be on for whatever diabolical reason. It just, I never watch it. Anyway, MSNBC still talking about the outrageous rise of cases. And how do we have more cases exactly if 75% of the country is vaccinated? They don't have their boosters yet, though. But anyway, still talking about the COVID, still talking about Trump, and just, oh God, if he comes back. Amazing that they're still stuck on, like, I mean, Fox is trash though too. Yeah, Handy's part of the agenda, is most clearly. But yeah, MSNBC and the Clown News Network, man, these are like, I don't know how you can watch 5 minutes of it. Go like just not have to get that might make you sick.
I don't know, it's crazy. It's like damn near like satire anymore to me. Just the whole fucking thing is
and
like,
the prostitute liars.
Sit there and watch this like as a fucking adult. Like, you're an adult, you're a 50-year-old individual, and you're gonna sit here and tell me that this news show is like legitimately a news show that you take something from. It's not even, they're not fucking trying anymore, man. They're not even trying to manipulate anymore. They're just
they're mocking and making clowns of us at this point. Yeah,
they're like, oh, you get your news from the internet, oh, you get your news from YouTube or videos or Facebook. Yeah. It's like, well, so the only difference is the people that you watch on the mainstream get paid millions of dollars to spew shit at you, whereas the people that we would listen to are actual journalists and actually do research on the subjects that they're talking about because they don't get paid that much.
Yeah, I don't know if people realize, but there's PhDs on YouTube. I mean, there's total people experts.
Like, don't even realize what a PhD fucking is.
Yeah,
I mean,
by their standards, it should qualify.
I mean, YouTube is a video sharing platform. It's a tool. It's not entertainment. There is entertainment on it. There's also information on it. It's a video sharing platform.
And yeah, granted, it's like censoring. It's a trash network in that sense.
Oh, 100%. Well, I guess I should say it was started as a video sharing platform.
YouTube has taught me more than 12 years of government programming, that's for sure.
100%.
A lot more than CNN's ever taught.
I mean, yeah, most definitely.
Particularly CNN.
But I guess there's nothing suspicious about all of the censorship, all of the whistleblowers being crushed, all of this just scourging of the internet. No, it's only the experts on TV, the propagandists from the institutions that are benefiting off this whole thing. The people that simulated it at 201 just happen to be everyone banking on the vaccine, banking on all this control, all these wealth transfers we saw in 2020. Like, it's crazy because, the left really should be outraged. But now
you would think
conformed. I mean, we've seen the biggest wealth transfers ever. We've seen these pharmaceutical companies with zero liability just banking on the billions. And yet, go get your vaccines. But
and then just eat it up and call people that even fucking spend 1 minute critically thinking about it fucking stupid or a fascist or
Yeah, this is literally
even though they're instituting fascist tactics.
Yeah, I mean, this is corporation mixed with government. I mean, obviously conspiring together. Oh, no one would ever conspire or work in secret. I mean, all these things, all these Project Veritas videos, they make these people sign NDAs, non-disclosure agreements, over like speaking about anything ill about the vaccine or anything other than that as the only solution.
Of course they do. And the worst part about it is the majority of the populace is too fucking stupid to even care. I understand that it takes a lot more energy to fucking dig into something or to care to like think about a topic, And it's scary in the sense that you might lose a fake friend or two in the process, but I don't know. I just
back to our main question
I don't understand what gives you. I don't understand what bone in your body makes you just like roll over and accept the fucking answers that are given to you. I don't have that bone. It just doesn't exist in me.
Well, back to where we were started at. What happens when you are that person that they say you're going to lose your job if you don't get the shot. If you don't get the vaccine, you're going to lose your job. Or really what it's really going to get to, in my opinion, is you can't go to this store, or you can't go to, the movies, or on a plane or a bus or anything. You can't exist or participate in modern society if you're not jabbed. So what do we do moving forward? Because that is coming. Anybody who thinks that's not coming, I think, is a little naive. It might not be immediate. It might take 10 years, but it is coming. So what do we do about that? Like, because it's going to come to the point of being like, no, I'm not going to, or I'm gonna quit my job. I'm not going to do this anymore.
Well, yeah. Do you serve mammon, or do you honor yourself, respect yourself? If you believe in God, I don't know why people would do that. It's amazing seeing the Christian vaccinated. This is God's gift to us. That's a whole other. My God.
Is that what
anyway?
I'm so disconnected from any type of organized religion at this point. Like sometimes, and so I grew up very religious, interestingly enough, but
yeah, we all did here. Actually, we can do whole things on that eventually.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So occasionally, I find myself like so curious about where the state of these affairs is at nowadays that I want to like pop into a fucking church or something for a service. You know what I mean? Like I just want to pop in and see what the lore has fucking evolved into since.
You should listen to Hartley's stories about the Russian Orthodox funerals.
Oh, I know.
Oh my God, dude, those are insane though.
And they float fucking 3 coming down with the incense swinging, fucking dude. They took his grandpa. It was his grandfather on his mom's side that died when this happened. They took him. Like the family was allowed to like have a ceremony, and then the Orthodox fucking came and took him. Like they're like, you're done. Like it's our turn now with this fucking body. It's wild.
Yeah, it looks like a behemoth concert for a while. Yeah, they have the incense. They have like a kid kiss the ring of this guy. Like it just looks really weird. Like little kids kiss the ring. His other side of his family, like there were some other Orthodox, not the same church, but yeah, they buried his grandparents in a crucifix shape.
Yeah.
It's just it's insane, intense. But anyway, yeah, the Vatican requires vaccination now. Of course.
Oh yeah, the fucking Pope said it's all good. Get the jab.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, dude, if you're
201.
First of all, the Pope has literally been saying exactly that for thousands of years to little boys left and right. So
it's so fucked up, but it's true.
Yeah, there's a whole scandal of that just recently. Actually, again, yeah, we have a lot of, but of course, nothing to happen here.
The whole Jesuit thing is another rabbit hole we'll have to go down in another cast.
Yeah, there's much to say.
Here's my question. What is the fucking obsession with, like, kids in these massive religions and these massive like, what is the problem? Like, were you guys all just touched as children and, like, you ganged up and, like, this is fucking what you do now? Like,
you can't deny there's a certain power that children have, like even if it's just considered like a creative power. And I mean, this could get into like the whole adrenochrome thing with the elites drinking the blood of the children or whatever, but I think that does have something to do with it, that maybe these sick fucks are like drawn to that new energy of children. And I mean, it's just evil, they want to destroy it or take it or corrupt it.
Yeah, I can see that being part of like the basis of it, I don't know. It's nuts to me. So much of this stuff is just, it's crazy. I can see benefit to it from their perspective, right? Like I understand what drives it, sort of. Like on a surface level, I understand what drives it, but that's not enough to really drive the whole thing, And that's the part that gets interesting. Is it's like, okay, well, is it truly just mostly indoctrination that's pushing this, or is it also a certain type of person that it has to get planted in? That that really just is willing to go all the way with some of these.
Yeah, to do something completely disgusting. Yeah, the Talmudic Jews too. That's a whole. They do the circumcision with their faces, dude. They take it out. They bite that.
What?
Oh, yeah, the Talmudic. Yeah, what do we got here?
I don't know. I'm fucking
Nice.
around. Sorry to mess you up.
Yeah, yeah, no worry. But yeah, it is a strange, bizarre.
The fuck?
You're in your chair.
Yeah, we might have to wrap up in the near future, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But yeah, just strange. Yeah, so many events. Yeah, definitely a time to be alive overall. But yeah, it is high time to be speaking out. It's only a little bit of discomfort now to save from much more later. The further we go down this path, I mean, we know what's coming in Agenda 2030. Look into some of the World Economic Forum blogs out there with all the hypothetical scenarios for the future. That's another Rockefeller document that we're actually living out. Scenarios of technology in the future, I believe.
All the World Economic Forum stuff is fucking batshit crazy.
Oh yeah, just take a gander down the YouTube channel of the World Economic Forum and really think about what they're putting forth, and it's really scary stuff. It's taking away your individual freedoms.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, it's all part of the Build Back Better. I mean, they love Biden. Biden, it's not Biden's Build Back Better. I mean, this is a global agenda. Justin Trudeau, I mean, all the leaders everywhere initiating tyranny, initiating Greta Thunberg's work. It's all the same plan, yeah, and it's not good no matter how you twist it.
Right, no matter who you are. That's the crazy part about it, you know.
Yeah, so we'll keep doing some more. Yeah, hopefully we can make a longer time in the near future. Maybe Friday night could be a bit longer for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, eventually we'll see.
Cool, guys. Yeah, probably just wrap it.
All right.
Yeah. Sure.
For deer. Cheers, everyone. You have a good night.
You too, man.
Later.
Stay free, motherfuckers.
Oh, yes.